By opening the command console with Shift plus whatever this key is called, you can speed up the game by 500%, making it look like this. Now obviously you're not really meant to do a survival playthrough like this, which is exactly why I'm doing it. Now this should be pretty easy, as I've played the game many times now, and I'm the greatest Subnautica player ever. Hootag beat the game in 27 minutes, but I beat it in 27 hours. Wait, where is he? Where is he? Oh! Nothing scares me anymore. He just came out of nowhere and is— The first obstacle we had to face was oxygen. Unfortunately, the game being sped up by 500% also applies to our internal organs. So while I was grabbing early game tools like scanner and O2 tank, I had many close encounters while diving for resources. Oh look, not even 5 minutes in and I'm nearly out of food. Come on, come on. Oh my god, catching fish like this is nearly impossible. After completely exhausting the only food that Alterra is willing to spare its emergency life pods, I decided that food and water needed to be a first priority, just like being stranded in real life. And thus our next goal was the grav trap. Now I know the Subnautica world about as well as I know my cooking utensil etiquette, so I should be able to find a wreck from memory. There weren't any grav trap fragments, but at least we got a trash can, so now we have somewhere to sleep. Wreck number 2 had what we needed. So we headed back, made the grav trap. The fish were still a bit of a nuisance to catch, but at least it was possible now. The last few tools on our early game list were the knife, high capacity O2 tank, and sea glide, because obviously we aren't quite fast enough yet. Okay, since the oxygen situation is the main thing stopping me from being efficient, let's craft the Seamoth. And since I'm the greatest Subnautica player ever, I bet I could find a wreck that has vehicle brake fragments without any tutorials. Ha! Gotcha! Hey, at least I got 2 fragments from that. One unique quirk about this challenge is since the game has good optimization, it despawns the parts of the world that are further away from you. However, the game isn't expecting you to be moving at Mach 0.16. Yes, I calculated that. You can actually watch the world pop into existence as you traverse it. Oh look, a thermal vent. Now, if you're a god among men like myself, you know that these bad boys are packed with sandstone outcrops. This is essentially a gold mine of useful materials that we'll certainly be needing in the near future. Medkit? Out. Oh, never mind. But after a bit more grinding, I actually got the Seamoth, so now we can do this. Let's go to the Aurora. Oh wait, I don't have a laser cutter. Okay, let's go back home. That's enough. We've seen enough. Let's go to the mountain island. Okay, after like 15 seconds, we're already here. Nice. After battling with this little shithead for as long as it took to become nighttime, we're stocked up on shale, food, and some alien research data. I promise you, this game has some really interesting lore, but I'm gonna explain that later, so skip.
Remember that materials you gather are the property of the Alterra Corporation. Your current bill stands at 3 million credits.
If Riley Robinson owes Alterra 3 million credits, surely the alien technology would suffice as an alternative payment, right? How is the information about the precursors less valuable than 3 million credits? This species is able to make technology that can do that, powered by that. Especially when you consider inflation, 3 million credits in the late 22nd century is probably today's equivalent of like 2 weeks of rent. Okay, now that that's out of my system, let's nearly die to a crab so we can increase our adrenaline, therefore making us play more efficiently. It's a real strategy, look it up. If you think I'm running low on lithium and need more, smash like. Okay, good haul. Let's head back. That was not very nice. So anyway, the end goal in this game is to get off the planet. We emergency crash landed, so now we must escape. Thankfully, before this video started, I upgraded my insurance policy to premium, meaning that any disaster happens out of my control, I'll be rescued for free, minus the debt I owe for collecting a single diamond, of course.
This is Aurora. Distress signal received. Rescue operation will be dispatched to your location in 9 hours.
According to my calculations, that's 11 years. We're gonna need a new plan. Let's take this shitty little duct tape dispenser, fix the Aurora, and use it to get off the planet. I've been here for 7 weeks. Okay, this is also gonna take 11 years. Even when you take into account the 500% speed, Silksong's gonna release before we get off this planet. It is now up to me to release this video before Silksong so that joke remains funny. Well, we're stuck here, so we may as well make the most of it. Let's make a less temporary base, powered by the sun. Wait, I'm running out of food. Wait, I'm running out of battery power. After making my base, my next goal was to grab the prawn suit from the Aurora, as we'd be able to go into the late game areas without worrying about oxygen. Wait, I need a laser cutter first.
Detecting increased foreign bacteria levels in the water.
Uh-oh, I might have COVID. Shit. Okay, back to getting the laser cutter. Whoa, I didn't know I was so close to this area. Hey, stop getting distracted. 1, 2, and 3. Let's carefully make our way back home. And build this thing. Now we should be able to head to the Aurora. Let's go. Since I'm skipping the propulsion cannon, we're gonna have to avoid this clutter by running along the top here. Next up, a door. The code is 1454, and I am so glad that it's not randomized per save file. There's actually a lot we can do here. We can grab a Seamoth depth module that I'm never gonna use once I get the prawn suit grappling arm. We can fix the radiation leak so that we can just use the rebreather instead of the radiation helmet. And of course, what we came here for, the prawn suit. This parkour was really frustrating in 5 times speed, but with enough brain power I managed. Oh look, the captain's bedroom. What does good old Hollister get up to in his spare time? Oh, this game looks boring as fuck. Wait, what is this? Oh, Altera sent rocket blueprints to the ship's computer instead of sending them directly to my PDA. Is this company trying to give me minor inconveniences? I almost get killed by a wizard from Clash Royale on the way out. I actually had my mic turned on while recording this, and I managed to make this noise. I was 1 hit from dying to a crab at the exit, so my heart rate may have gone into the triple digits, but it was fine. My mic then picked up this noise. We headed back and... Wait! I'm low on food and water. Then my mic picked up this noise. And then finally, we got the resources for the prawn suit. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the last thing we need for the prawn suit is aerogel, which we need to head to the sparse reef to get. What? I'm not gonna ask any questions. So after getting the aerogel, we finally craft a 9-foot tall robot suit. ChatGPT tells us that we need self-discipline, but I politely decline and start beating up random citizens. I was only joking, by the way. I only mean in-game. The prawn suit's great and all, but it's pretty useless without the grappling hook attachment. So, let's take the Seamoth over to the ground reef. Wait, I'm low on power and water. Do you see why this challenge was annoying now? This video would be 20 minutes longer if I had included all the times I need to get food, water, or power. In hindsight, I don't know why I didn't just grab a bulbo tree and plant it at my base like first thing, but oh well. Oh. So as I was saying, let's head over to the Grand Reef, scan the arm fragments, and make ourselves a shopping list. And now I think it's an appropriate time to cue that one song I put in every single YouTube short. Wait, I'm low on water. No! And boom, boom. 2 arms for the prawn suit, ready for grappling across the map as we please. Let's name the prawn suit accordingly. Huh? Oh my god. If this is gonna be a constant occurrence, then this challenge is gonna suck even more than I thought. And not even 10 minutes later, after clawing my way out of the Lost River... Actually, as Sunbeam once said, there's no bad without the good, and no good without the bad. We gotta look at this in a more positive fashion. At least we can now grab nickel and crystalline sulfur a little bit earlier than we'd normally be able to. Still, this glitch was more annoying than when you go make some cereal, you go to grab yourself a spoon, but the only spoon available looks like this. What is this unholy shape, and why do people have the audacity to call it a soup spoon? I eat soup with whatever spoon I want. I don't want the sides of the spoon rubbing against my cheek every time I eat. If the spoon doesn't have this exact shape, I'm just gonna starve myself. Wait, I'm low on food. Okay, I'm getting kind of sick of saying that, so let's go grab some garden beds so we can farm for food instead of chasing it every 2 minutes. Actually, we might as well get a large room blueprint. I do plan on making a base down in the late game area, and we're going to need somewhere to fit a bioreactor, as solar panels don't work when you're over a kilometer underwater. When are we as a civilization inventing solar panels that are powered by lava? I mean, the market would be small. Let's head back home with our new farming setup. Loki, we're nearly ready to do our big journey into the late game. We just need a depth module for the prawn suit, and we also need everything to make a base, pretty much a checkpoint, right near the two big facilities in the late game area. Okay, I don't know why I'm trying to avoid spoiling biome names when the target audience of these videos are people who've already played the game. We're going to the lava zone. But in order to save a million trips back and forth, we're bringing down a moon pool and modification station, so we can upgrade our depth module right before we need it. I discovered a new species of bird, the peeper bird, shares common traits with the peeper. Okay, stop getting distracted. Modification station time. Wait, I'm low on food. Alright, gathering everything needed to make a base in the lava zone. This is my setup. I really hope I didn't forget anything. Okay, let's go. Wait! We don't have to travel that far. In fact, I believe we don't even have to travel more than 100 meters to get to the lava zone. Okay, hear me out. In the world record speedrun, they use a mobile vehicle bay to clip out of bounds near the lava castle, but they don't pick it back up again. Why? Because as I mentioned earlier, the game despawns ground far away from you to optimize lag, but it doesn't despawn the vehicle bay, meaning it can float back up to the surface. And by some miracle, the developers put the lava area directly under the spawn area. You just can't tell in a survival world because normally the access point is really far away and you have to snake through a long ass cave system. So anyway, the vehicle bay ends up right at spawn where it needs to be. But we can do this in reverse. If we can somehow willingly clip the prawn suit through the floor, we should be able to pop out right next to where we want to be. Although, this is a risky move, as if I fail, I'm gonna have to save and quit and retry as many times as I need until it works. Get it? Everyone ready? Let's do this. I somehow glitched the prawn suit on top of the water. Even though our goal is straight down, I still managed to go the wrong fucking way. Oh, come on, why isn't it clipping? The one time I want you to glitch under the... Oh, there we go! Perfect! I knew my plan would work. Let's go! Welcome to the lava zone. This area is a metaphor for those metal playground slides during peak summer. Okay, I still can't believe that worked, but moon pool, big room, bioreactor. What? Second tries the charm, but we're still flooding. Somehow, I forgot to bring one lithium needed to make a reinforcement. And it took me so long to find one that this notification was sent 513 times. Alright, with our staging outpost set up, we can now upgrade the prawn suit's depth, then we can head into the thermal plant to grab a vital blueprint needed for the end of the game. I then travelled into the future IRL and I found out that I needed a second blue tablet to enter the prison, so I made one. Wait, I'm low. Next up, I want to grab all the late game resources now and pack them into the prawn suit so that when I go to the prison, I can use the warp gate without having to backtrack through the lava zone. Because as you can predict, it's really easy to die down here. I mean, check this clip out. Oh! Minor setback. Let's just swim back to the prawn suit and... I am one minor inconvenience away from violating the Geneva Convention. But you know, what they say is true, third try's the charm. We successfully descended this hole and now we can enter the second alien facility, the underwater Alcatraz. The security guard told me to go away, but when I told him no, he fired approximately 3 metric tons of fireballs right towards me. And then when that didn't work, he fucking imploded my prawn suit in one frame. I still have no idea what happened here, even looking at it in editing. Like, look, I don't even lose any health, I just go straight to 0. Since that death was kind of bullshit and I lost literally everything, we're just gonna have to quit. Wait, 45 minutes? Ugh. What? That's not fair. That's not fair. For you it's been 10 seconds, but for me it's been 20 minutes. Okay, remember to save the game this time. This time around, security just didn't spawn. This game has some weird code, but if it's in my favor, I'm not gonna complain. Welcome to the final alien facility of the game. This area houses an ancient creature that was enslaved by the precursors hundreds of years ago. Remember how we got COVID earlier? Well, this facility was basically designed to make a cure, and they had found that the stomach acid produced by this creature was able to neutralize the infection. Unfortunately, they needed a stronger form of enzymes, and even more unfortunately, an outbreak occurred before that was possible. So now this creature is just stuck. waiting for us to come and hatch her eggs and spread the enzymes around the entire planet. Step 1. Activate the incubator, activate this phase gate, and grab a sea crown seed from her aquarium. Step 2. Activate the 4 portals in the facility, grab a plant sample from each corresponding biome, and have a minor encounter with one of Casper's cousins. This isn't Casper, he lives more north. Step 3. Swim all the way back to the life pod, as it's the closest fabricator. Now I can make the hatching enzymes, and finally, wait, I'm low on water. Step 4. Hatch the babies and watch this very heartwarming cutscene. And now, we can wash our hands with hand sanitizer that kills 100.01% of germs. And wait, thanks to our hard work, the planet is cured, as well as ourselves, so now we can build a big-ass rocket ship and leave the planet. If memory serves me well, we're gonna need more crystalline sulfur to make the rocket, so let's quickly grab some since we're already nearby. Okay, I've gotten so used to the 5 times speed that I didn't even notice how low my oxygen got here. Smooth sailing from here. Let's leave the sea moth with the sea empress so that she can have some company, then let's swim back home and start working on the rocket. Wait, oh no. I completely forgot. For some reason, the developers decided to make the final rocket component require a Cyclops shield generator. Unfortunately, you need to build the Cyclops to make it, and this wouldn't be such a big deal if the Cyclops wasn't expensive as 3 weeks of rent. I can't believe we're about to spend this much time grinding just to spend less than 10 seconds making a singular item we need to complete the game. Wait, I'm low. Okay, Cyclops time. I've heard rumors of an abandoned base 500 meters underwater, and apparently the previous residents were gatekeeping the Cyclops shield recipe, leaving us free to spread the recipe to every new Subnautica player, meaning they no longer have to watch 50 tutorials on how to get the shield generator. You're welcome, now like the goddamn video. While we're here, let's be nice and free this creature egg into the wild. Okay, never fucking mind. And we're back to clipping through the floor again. Could you knock it off? Okay, we have the stuff needed to make the next rocket piece, so let's just quickly do that. And now, we just need an engine fragment. Easiest place to find an engine fragment is the back of the Aurora, so let's just— Whew! I thought it was a soup spoon for a sec, but that's just a Reaper. And boom! Cyclops ready to be built. Wait, I'm low on food. Wait, what have I done? That's amazing. Oh wow, it looks even weirder from the inside. Okay, let's just craft this stupid shield generator. Alright, I think that's everything. I think I have everything needed to make the rocket and escape. Rocket cockpit, go! Yes! We just gotta flip the 3 switches downstairs and the 2 switches upstairs, and— why do I forget to do this every single time? Okay, I should probably explain. So the gun is what's stopping people from leaving or entering the planet, thus enforcing the quarantine. But now that we're cured, we can turn it off. I meant to do it earlier, I just forgot because I have the attention span of a bag of flour. Wait, I'm low on water. I don't care, just finish the game. Done. Oh my god, finally. What an interesting challenge. It was fun for me, but I wouldn't recommend doing this simply because of the bugs. And for those wondering, the 500% speed also applies to the save file time. So it may say 20 hours here, but in reality it took me about 4, which that makes sense to me. Thanks for watching.